karibuni tena to yet another fantastic episode here at Kaluhi'S kitchen. Different set, same old deliciousness, and I'm super happy about this episode because we are going to make some roasted garlic and kuku kienyeji. Seeing that we are smack in the middle of festive season, I mean, we can't have festivities without some kuku on the menu, and this recipe is going to win your heart time and time again. This episode is also super special because at the very end, I'm going to have a massive kuku giveaway, and I want you guys to win because it's so exciting. So stay tuned because it's super exciting. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for growing with me. Thank you so much for always being here. I deeply appreciate you guys. And to my new watchers, I know 100% after this video I'm going to earn your subscription. That said, guys, let's first get cooking, kisha tukutane mwisho for the massive giveaway. Karibuni sana. Kama kawaida, we're always set and ready to dive into the recipe, and as you can see with me, I have my kuku kienyeji already boiled and we are set to go into the stewing process. But first, allow me to talk about the bird itself. Today I'm using the kuku kienyeji by Kienyeji, and when I think about Kienyeji, the first thing that comes into my mind is the fast food joints that were all over the country in the 2000s. For me, I never used to have chai ya sakumi. I used to have chips ya sakumi. Guys, in high school I used to eat, like I was still tiny, but I used to eat a lot. But now that we are now grown, I am now getting acquainted with the wide range of Kienyeji products. They have spring chicken, they have full whole kuku kienyeji, they have sausages, they have smokies, they have plenty under their umbrella, and I hope to explore the whole range with you guys. For today, the first thing we're going to get into is the kuku kienyeji. The bag I got from them was pretty big. It was about 2.5 kg, 3 kg. She was really heavy, and I was excited because that meant more meat for me, more food for me. You can get yours in any well-stocked supermarket in the freezer section. What they ensure is the amount they deliver to supermarkets coincides with the demand from customers. That means you will always get a fresh bird each time you go and buy in the supermarket. And when a bird is frozen, it doesn't mean that it's rotten. It just means that it's frozen to preserve its freshness. It's frozen so that when it gets to you, it's nice and fresh and delicious, which is something convenient and something that I really appreciate. I love when I get my kuku kienyeji from my grandmother. However, I also enjoy that I can walk into a supermarket and buy some. And there's a myth I used to believe that if I buy kuku kienyeji from a supermarket, that it really isn't kuku kienyeji, and I got educated about my own misconceptions, and I came to learn that kuku kienyeji that you buy in a supermarket, it's just different, but it doesn't mean that it's bad. For Kienyeji specifically, their birds are big because they are consciously fed specific nutrients that allows them to hit their growth milestones a lot sooner. Someone may think that they are big or they hit their milestones because of being pumped by antibiotics, and that's completely not true. Maybe some people practice that, but this specific brand do not do that. These birds, they grow fast and they hit their growth milestones quickly because they are consciously fed. They are given specific amount of protein a day, specific carbohydrates, they're in a clean environment, they are allowed to play, literally like given toys to play. And for me, I feel like eating a bird that was raised well, that was raised in love, that was raised in cleanliness, and that was fed well just gives your body the best value in terms of nutrition and also in terms of good vibes, if we're being honest. As I've already mentioned, my bird is already boiled, and one of the questions I get a lot about kuku kienyeji is, Kaluhi, how long can I boil my kuku kienyeji? How long should I boil my kuku kienyeji? And my answer is always constant. You don't boil kuku kienyeji until it's done. You boil it further until it's soft. Let me repeat. You don't boil kuku kienyeji until it's done. You boil it until it's soft. Cooking your kuku kienyeji is something that requires your patience, something that requires your love. It's something that should not be rushed. Let the bird lead you. You will know your kuku is done once it's soft. Allow the bird to lead you. Once it's soft, that's when you know you're done. If it's not quite soft, give it time. Just be a little bit patient. Dunia haishi leo, so just be patient. If you're hungry, uma mkate kidogo, uma biscuit kidogo, wacha hii ive vizuri. After imeiva vizuri, that's when you know. No, actually, after imekuwa soft, that's when you know it's ready for the next step. To boil my kuku kienyeji, I boiled it with some fresh rosemary, some thyme, some fresh garlic, a bit of water, and also a bit of munyumuhereka. It is optional, however, if you can get your hands on some, even better. Munyumuhereka is a natural meat softener, so it really facilitates the softening of meat, matumbo, fish, any mboga kienyeji, and I have to have it for my kuku kienyeji as well. It is optional, you can leave it out, haitakuwa na shida, but if you can get your hands on some, even better. This kuku kienyeji took an hour and a half to boil. It was a lot faster compared to the kienyeji's I'm used to, but an hour and a half was enough to make it cook through and become nice and soft. It also absorbed the flavor of the other herbs I threw in, and it's really delicious at this stage, and it's even going to be more delicious at the next stage. Speaking of the next stage, let's go right ahead and begin stewing. The aroma of this initial stage of cooking, as you guys know by now, is one of my favorites in the whole world. And for today, as I've mentioned in the past, for you to have a nice full-bodied flavor at the end, that begins at the initial stage of cooking. You need to build a nice solid base of nice full herby flavor for that to translate into the overall dish at the end of your cooking. So for this recipe, I began by sauteing my red onion, some green hoho, rosemary, roasted garlic, and some dania stems. Roasted garlic is specifically what will elevate this dish from kawaida to super delicious. Very easy to do. Just chop the top of your garlic bulb and then douse some oil over it. Let it roast in your oven for about an hour or two, and then once it's nice and creamy, just press it and then set aside. Do it well in advance and just keep some in your fridge in case you want to elevate the flavor profile of your dish. I did mine yesterday as well, and so for today the prep process was super fast and very easy. Roasted garlic is very creamy. It has a smoky note to it, and the garlic in the stew itself will tie into the garlic we have in the boiled kuku kienyeji, and in addition to the smokiness and the creaminess, this dish is going to be really delicious. This is now nice and fragrant, beautifully aromatic. They have nicely softened, and that means that the flavors have now married. Now we're going to go to the next step. Pretty simple as well. So we're going to grab our fresh tomatoes, add them in, and then throw in some bay leaves, and then for our spices, some chili, coriander spice, curry, and turmeric. We'll add in a bit of hot water and then allow them to simmer for a couple of minutes until all the flavors come together and the tomatoes completely cook down. We're progressing so well, and our mchuzi is now nice and thick, as it should be for any stew or for any rich dish you should be making. That was a tongue twister. Okay, because the cooking process can be a little bit demanding in the sense that as you cook, sometimes you're required to add things as you go. For this dish, I added a little bit of tomato paste because I wanted it to be deeper in color and also thicker. That's why I added tomato paste. I hadn't earlier on mentioned that, but don't worry, the exact ingredients I have used for this recipe shall be listed on my blog, link on the description box. But let's finish this up. This looks spectacular. It tastes amazing as well. I have given it it a taste test. So what we're going to do next, we're going to grab our delicious boiled Kuku Kienyeji, add it in, top with a tiny bit of water, and then allow it to stew and thicken. Once it's come together, we're going to garnish with some fresh dhania and then proceed to plate and taste, and then we'll be done. Guys, we are now done, and as you can see, this is the most beautiful plateful anyone would ever wish for. It has balance of veggies, it has your starches, it has your kuku, and the kuku is the star of this recipe. I can't wait to dig right in, so tuende kazi. The way everything balances out, it simply blows you away. Na bado sijaonja kuku, so acha nichukue this big drumstick over here. Beyond my expectations. Acha niume tena guys. Super tender, explosively flavorful. This is unforgettable. Bite after bite, you're truly going to fall in love with this recipe. You can taste the fullness of the herbs, you can taste the roasted garlic, you can appreciate the spiciness of the chili, the coriander, the turmeric. Everything comes together in your mouth, and this is a feast of a lifetime. Whether you choose to have it with ugali or chapati or rice, you're 100% going to enjoy this one. Don't forget, kama kawaida, the exact recipe quantities are on my blog, link on description box. I do want you to try this out. Not only that, by trying this out, you qualify for the giveaway. And speaking of the giveaway, it's pretty simple. Number one, I would like for you to recreate this recipe. Number two, I would like for you to tag me and tag Kienyeji Limited. And once you tag me, don't forget to use the hashtag Kupika na Kaluhi, and also follow Kienyeji Limited. So what is the prize anyway? The prize number one wins a full year supply of chicken from Kienyeji, and then the number two will win 6 months supply of chicken, and then number three shall win 3 months supply of chicken. And if you ask me, that is an amazing prize, whichever slot you win. After I was thinking about creating a fake Instagram and cooking and submitting to myself, then winning myself, but nikaona tu, you know what, acha nisifanye magendo. But what I'm confident in, you guys are professionals at recreating my recipes. You always shine, you always do so well, and I can't wait to see your masterpieces. And I know 1000% the winner will come from Kaluhi Nation. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Do enjoy this recipe, do it with your family, and see you on my next video. Bye.
Take this feeling,